These are the circuit diagrams corresponding to the calculation of characteristic impedance from the port 2, and here we will be then able to find out the value of the characteristic impedance calculated at the port 2. That will be calculated by multiplying and taking the square root of the open circuited impedance calculated at port 2 multiplied by the short circuited impedance calculated at the port 2. Okay, and after having these calculations, okay, whatever is the value of the characteristic impedance measured at port 1, we will be able to conclude that yes, these both impedances will be equal, and that is the concept for the symmetrical networks. Okay, so these will be in symmetrical T network. The values of input impedance and the output impedance, that will be same. Clear? So it will be having the same procedure. Only the difference here is that this time milliammeter will be connected on the port 2 instead of connecting at the input port. Okay, and the positive terminal of milliammeter will be connected on the other side, because over here we have to connect the applied voltage, and after that we will be connecting the voltage across this particular that is by the voltmeter. Similarly, milliammeter is connected onto the port 2. This is how now the connections are being done, and if you can see the milliammeter is now connected on the output port, and this is how the signal is coming from the DC power supply, and the voltmeter is also connected across here in parallel. Okay, and if we just want to change it to the 4.1, from here we can change it and see what is the value it is being showing over here. So it is showing nearly 5 volt on the voltmeter, and it is showing 1 milliampere, okay, on that particular milliammeter. So these are the readings that we have already taken, and similarly whenever we will be calculating for the that is short circuited impedance, for the short circuited impedance the values calculated will also be that is 5 volt but with 2 milliampere. Let us see. I'm just going to short circuit over here. This is my port 1 and I'm short circuiting. See, deflection that is pointer is at 5 volt, and if you can see the current is being showing deflection at 2 milliampere. So this is my value calculated for the short circuited impedances. Okay, this is the another reading that we can see, that is in a repeated way, that we have just taken by changing the applied voltage. Okay, so this is how now you can complete your observation table by putting these values over here, dividing them and calculating the open circuited impedances and short circuited impedances, and finally then you can calculate the characteristic impedance.